Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue with our program now. So if you could kind of migrate toward your seats, that would be helpful. We're going to soon show a video, a tribute video, to both Wylie and to Dick. So if you can, again, just find your way to your seats or steal someone else's seat. Either way is fine. Ladies and gentlemen, before we show the video, I want to show some beautiful flowers. And the flowers are right off to my left. And Wylie, these are for Betty. And we were going to award them to Betty today, but since she's not here, and since I don't really feel like handing you flowers, would you please bring them home to her? And could we have a round of applause for Betty Aitken, who has, throughout these 17 years, helped Wylie so much. In a moment, we're going to have the tribute video. And the tribute video will be about both Richard J. O'Neill and Wylie Aitken. And I know that Steve just gave me some sort of direction. I'm not sure what he said, but I know what I just said is true. I may have the order wrong or something like that. I don't know. In any case, the tribute will be about Wylie and about Dick, or about Dick and Wylie. I'm not sure. I do know. I think the last one was correct. I do know this. We talked, or I spoke with Howard's words about Wylie earlier, and I think that many of us were moved, as I was when I first read that. I mean, the feeling that letter from Howard conveys it just goes to the heart of the way that we feel about Wylie. I do want to talk at this point about Dick. Many people who might meet Dick once or just know one or two things about him might see him as a person of contradiction. I mean, the truth is that Dick was one of the great developers, and he was one of the greatest conservationists. Dick was a leading businessman, and labor had no better friend. Dick was generous beyond belief. He was born to wealth, and he spent his life using that wealth to help those who don't have it. I mean, I would have people who find out that I know him come up to me and say things like, you know, he sent my kid to college. The Don O'Neill Land Conservancy, O'Neill Park. You know, you look around, these are not things that Dick made any money off of. These are things that Dick gave. And he gave to so many of us so many things. And he gave to our community and to our state and to our nation tremendous amounts of money, and to our party. And he founded our foundation. So he was so generous, it was just beyond belief. And I'm going to look at Anna Freeman when I say this for verification. Anna is Dick's secretary. And I say that in the present because she's still, even though Dick passed in April, she's still working to put his papers together. Besides Dick being the most generous person that I could possibly know, he was the cheapest son of a gun. And I don't see anyone here disagreeing, especially Anna and others who knew him well. It was common. It was an everyday, or sometimes an every week or every other week event for Dick and I to eat in his restaurants, and I paid. I think there were 2 or 3 times that he paid, and I know that one of those was a mistake. The staff person just didn't get it right or something like that. So, a man of seeming contradictions, but really no contradictions. He was a man of peace who during World War II sailed around the world twice, dodging Japanese bullets as he was landing Marines in Burma, fighting to save the world. And he was perhaps the most humble man I've ever met. When we had those lunches at his restaurants, he would be dressed not well. Thank you. And we'd be sitting next to these people dressed in suits and ties and all self-important and that sort of thing, eating Dick's food, paying him to eat his food. And he had no problem with that. He had no need or desire to present how great he was. And although he was the most humble person I've ever met, he was perhaps the greatest person I've ever met. Dick O'Neill, these seeming contradictions were not contradictions at all to him because he was fully integrated. He was fully integrated. It made perfect sense that I would buy the lunch. And it made perfect sense that he would build the football stadium at San Luis Obispo State. It made perfect sense that he would count pennies, and it made perfect sense that when some kid needed to go to college, he did it without anyone knowing about it. These things made perfect sense to him because he was a perfectly sensible and wonderful, wonderful person. To know Dick O'Neill was not only to love him, but to know that there are angels amongst us. And tonight, we honor an angel. Thank you, Dick.